What is up, guys? Thank you so much for clicking on this video, and today I'm going to show you how I turned my $450 Miata from this into this right here. I guess I never shot an intro to this video, but pretty much I just had to sand all over the Miata to get all the faded clear coat off, and then I went ahead and painted these little rusted trim pieces black, and that turned out so good. So we got the dented fender and the front bumper taken off because we are picking up a body kit tomorrow, and I have never had a front bumper and fender give me so much difficulty before. There was an excessive amount of fasteners and everything, so the ground is just covered with nuts and bolts and plastic clips, but thankfully it's off. We do not need to take this fender off, but we are keeping the fender liner out because you had to take it out to get the front bumper off. Hopefully the new fiberglass bumper does not need this much hardware. I got a company to sponsor me vinyl wrap for the Miata, and I am getting the wrap next week or this week, hopefully. So I went ahead and rushed and found the only body kit in my area, which just so happened to be fiberglass, so it doesn't fit perfectly. But I have a B&N Sport replica body kit that we're going to be throwing on here real quick also. We kind of just set everything in place, and it's not looking fantastic. The guy had this kit for over a year and never even touched it apparently, but I think I know why, because it does not fit very good at all. We have the dented fender taken off, so we can't get a good tell on this side, but you can see it's broken right there, so it is back, but the rear bumper is looking pretty promising. We got it pretty much like 80% sanded down since the clear coat was peeling everywhere. I put a few test pieces of wrap on, and sure enough, it took the clear coat and the repainted base coat off, because I'm pretty positive this car was at one point repainted, and it is the same thing we had to do with Lena's MR2. We had to sand down her entire car, which typically you don't have to do with vinyl wrap, but when you buy old clapped out repainted cars, you kind of have to. You may have peeped the bucket seats in the background. I made a TikTok about installing these, and surprisingly we were able to keep the OEM Miata seat rails because these brackets had holes, so we just drilled holes in this D&D seat bracket and bolted it straight down to the Miata seat rail, so they do slide back and forth, so that was a big help. And then I ordered this cheap little steering wheel. I got the hub coming in the mail as well. Completely finish up this interior. This interior has completely transformed, and it is crazy. This is probably going to be the nicest this kit is going to look because it is fiberglass. The KBD kit was quite a bit more expensive. There was one for sale in Dallas, which is about 4 hours away from me in Houston, and I did not want to drive that far just to get the polyurethane kit. I may get one in the future, but at the moment I'm going to settle for fiberglass. Currently the next day, and my Ravuni vinyl wrap just showed up in the mail. I got 3 different colors, so let's go ahead and open this up. It's all in one singular box, so I hope it's not all wrapped up on the same roll and I have to unwrap it all, but I guess let's see. One, 2, and 3. So I got the bumper and left side skirt mounted, but I can't do the front bumper and other side skirt because I ain't got no fender. And I've been looking for a fender for several weeks now, and finally someone posted today, the day that it really matters, a green of all things in a Miata fender. It's also a little rough around the edges, got Bondo. The guy broke that tab off, that little part right there, but it's a lot better than the extremely dented one over there, and it's also green, which is very funny, so we can set her on and call her mint. So technically I have the body kit fully mounted, and I am definitely not proud of myself. I already know this body kit's gonna get ruined. I don't care a whole lot about it, but this makes me look bad. We have 2 self-tappers up front and up back holding the side skirts on. We got a zip tie on each side of the bumper, front and rear. So bumpers are held on by 2 zip ties each, and side skirts are held on by 4 self-tappers each, but everything is put on and together. I just hope that it doesn't break whenever I start driving it. But here's what she's looking like right now. Pretty rough. But we gonna send it anyway. So let's see if I can get this thing on the ground now. This is gonna be quite a struggle to get this off the jack stand. Fuck. Well, I tried to drive out of the garage. This popped off. Both zip ties ripped out. I tried to leave the driveway and the front bumper caught on the grass. Come over to the other side. Similar story. Completely shattered the fiberglass, but rear bumper survived. So I'm not sure what to do about this because I wanted to drive this car and it is a pain to jack up. Can't even drive it where I would want to park it and whatnot. So time to figure out what to do. So while we worry about the body kit and wrap later, I got something else in the mail which I'm hoping will help my tall situation a little bit. I got this eBay special steering wheel hub and steering wheel. It's not a quick release, but I may end up getting one later on. So we're actually taking the stock steering wheel off to install this, and hopefully it fixes my leg gap, because if you see where his knee is, you smack your leg whenever you go to turn, and it's very annoying. So these parts just so happen to come in the mail. I'm a little upset with the body kit, so I was like, let's just throw the steering wheel on real quick, why don't we? So then we took this guy off, took the 2 plugs off, and now we got a spare airbag to mess around with. Gave her hell. That was easy as hell. Now you gotta hammer the hell out of it. We got the clock spring fully removed and got the new hub put on. This is the point typically where you see people put ramen bowls while eating ramen and Wii remotes as their steering wheel. Is because they use that hub and drill a few holes to put the random objects on. So I may be doing that just for shits and giggles later on. And just like that, getting the steering wheel bolted onto the hub. So steering wheel is fully mounted, and now Sam is going to try the trunk. According to the livery, the entire back of the car is going to be white. This is the white that Ravuni provided us, and I also have some spare white that isn't the same brand. So just in case he messes up, I do have extra. We're gonna see if Sam can wrap the trunk by himself. Well, he got this far in about 5-10 minutes, which is the easy part, but we're gonna try to do the whole trunk in one piece, so we're gonna have to heat and stretch the hell out of the back part. Not too shabby. Got a white trunk now. And just like that, she's fully cut and laid and looking minty fresh. So we just got done wrapping the trunk, and Marcus pulled up, and we got some stuff going on. Got clippers, a how-to video. Let's see if this turns out good or not.
I gotta stop laughing. I gotta stop laughing.
Alright, this is what we're looking like now.
But I am gonna add this.
Looking a little bit faded. Like you cut G. I don't know what it is about Miatas, but this is another fender that I picked up. And we also have some jawbreaker going on. I thought this one was really bad. So you can see I got everything scuffed down. But this one is just as bad, but luckily I don't have to do it that much. You can see this little edge right here is pretty rough also, so I may touch that up. But Jesus Christ, I cannot get a break from shitty body panels on the fucking Miata. So I just put a little bit of fiberglass reinforced filler on this one little back spot. I think that's the only area I care enough about to actually fill in, because I already wrapped the door and you can see there's a fat dent there. But I may be able to pop that one out, do some painless dent repair but hopefully this works good. So we got a wrapping party going on right now. I did my side of the hood very quickly and they are struggling with theirs. Slim Jesus is knocking out the door by himself in the red, but we making some decent progress right now. All right, so we pretty much got the entire body of the car wrapped now, not any of the body kit, just the body, and I am starting the actual knifeless tape part, but you can see we got this part done. Sam knocked out both quarter panels, but I'm starting this next section. There's gonna be a little line, so what I did is I went from this edge to the edge of that body line. I took this piece of painter's tape, put it right here to space it out evenly, and then I set this line down. Then I took the painter's tape off, set it here, and set this line down. So now whenever I take the painter's tape off, I have a perfect section to use to get the little red stripe right on the white. This is nice and even, exactly 1 inch or however wide that is. That's what it's gonna look like. So now we just put wrap over that and have a nice pinstripe line. Getting this hood first diamond set is being pretty picky because this is a rounded fender and we want the diamond to look straight, but this is what we've got so far. I think it looks pretty good right here. We found the middle point of the hood and went out 2 inches to start it, and we found the middle point of the hood here and went up 2 inches to start it. Then we found where we wanted it to end on the bumper and tried to recreate that. Blue tape is the same angle as the top line, and so we kind of figured out right here. So this isn't perfectly straight. It does come out a little bit, because if not, it kind of curved down like that. But this is what we're working with. It's kind of complicated. This is going to be the white diamond, then the yellow tape is going to be a red stripe, then on the other side is a white stripe, and then the rest of this is all going to be red. Trying to remember all of that while trying to lay all this down is being a little picky, but it is coming together, and I think this back side's looking pretty cool. It's crazy how like 1 or 2 little simple pieces of vinyl wrap really bring it all together, because now it doesn't look like multiple colored panels. It looks like they're blended together. All right, so you can see I have all the lines on for this panel. I went ahead and did this part white because it was confusing me, because this is white but it needs to be red, but this one's already red, so it doesn't need this. But I need this line to be white and this line's red, but I need to have knifeless tape on both sides, and this side's red and this side's red. So as you can see, it gets very confusing trying to isolate the colors like that. So I knocked that little piece out and cut it to keep it off, because this part right here is going to stay red. So I only need to wrap this part red, and then I need to wrap this part white, and then I need to wrap this part red, and then wrap this part white, and wrap this part red, and that part. So yeah. And just like that, got the other side done as well. And get a little pan over, got the little stripe on the quarter panel, and got this. Well, it is a few days later now. I haven't felt very motivated to work on the Miata for some reason, even though I am almost finished, but as you can see, I got these side skirts mounted and wrapped. The top of the side skirt is red and the bottom is green, so we're finally throwing some green vinyl onto it, and it kind of throws it off a little bit, but once I put the Tabasco logos all over it, it'll kind of tie it together. I went ahead and rolled the green vinyl out and I cut it in fourths, so that way I have just enough green vinyl to do the bottom of everything. So I cut 1/4 of it out for each side skirt, and then the other fourths out for the bottom of the rear and bottom of the front bumper. So now I just got to wrap this entire rear bumper white and this entire front bumper red before finally driving this thing over to my boy's shop, not a garage. I have not driven this thing in like 2 weeks, a week and a half, and I did not make it out of my driveway last time with the body kit on. Oh. All right. We're gonna get some beauty shots at the, why is my steering wheel is sideways for some reason, so that's interesting, but we're gonna see the finished product for now. I am just gonna randomly throw this in the middle of the video, but I was driving the Subaru the other day and I hit a big ass bump. One part of my over fender completely ripped off. I don't know how people run tight fitment on fiberglass wide body over fenders like this, but as you can see, it ripped out the rib nuts. The rib nut is not in there. It didn't crack the fiberglass. It literally ripped it off, and I didn't notice until a day later. So I'm definitely not gonna find it anytime soon, but just F in the chat for the Subaru. So I'm trying to do the last livery piece on the Miata, and it is the little red triangles on the rear bumper. And I can't figure out what exact angle I want it to be at, but this is kind of what I'm working at. It goes kind of to a point there, and I extended it up to be at the same point at the trunk. It just looks a little funky on the side. And I'm also trying to cover up these defects because the rear bumper flew off and on the highway and almost got ran over. I was able to fix the bumper damage there and there by cutting out the white along with this little part. But that little part on the white is still showing, unfortunately. It's not super bad though. All the bad parts did get cut and replaced. All right, another weird random snippet going into the video, but the past few months, Lena has been working on my first ever t-shirt design. And I have it in here. I only made a few to test it out. So I'm gonna get y'all are gonna see our first reaction, and you're gonna get an exclusive look. Hopefully they're out by the time this is released, but
wow.
Oh, so here's the back, Baja Blastin'. So this will be on the back of the t-shirt, just like that. And this will be the little front logo. This is my Prestanium Bahaza Blast. So this will be like right here, like a little pocket. I just made a website. I don't really know how to do any of this e-commerce stuff. It's a work in progress. But that is the first ever t-shirt design in the flesh, our first reaction. I have been stalling a lot, but it is finally time to go to Nada Garage to get the rest of the livery put on, and I picked the perfect day to do it. It is wet, it might thunderstorm. He's like 45-50 minutes away from me, and I am on fairly bald tires. This is gonna hopefully go very well. I'm bringing all my tools with me. Marcus wants to ride with me also, so we're gonna be 2 deep in a slant Miata, bald tires, 50-minute drive in the rain. What's the worst that can happen? But I'm glad to finally be finishing up the Miata so I don't have to mess with the vinyl wrap anymore. Shout out to Ravuni for sponsoring me as well. Oh fuck! How do I get to go down? Just let go! Wow, what is going on? We got bad downforce left? What? I don't know what's going on. I don't know how to fix it. Sheesh. Was this an Impala?
Yeah.
Sick Impala, man. Alright guys, so on today's video with the $450 Miata, we got our stickers cut out here at Nada Garage.
Please put that in there.
That was pretty good. I don't know if you're recording right now, but so we're gonna help him do this because we love him.
And he's getting it all stuck to itself and gonna mess it up. And we don't have enough green. Just kidding, we have lots. Because this is the same color as we wrapped something else as well. So Preston brought some of his own green.
Oh my god.
And we had lots of green. That Biscuit.
Are you on the snippet right here?
Biscuit, he looks both left and right at the same time. So if you guys haven't figured it out yet, on our $450 Miata, we're doing a Tabasco livery. It's an homage to the old NASCAR. You kind of sound like Owen Wilson now that I think, wow, $450 Miata.
Sawboy with the new livery, new vinyl wrap.
What's up with everybody doing shit green right now?
She was on it.
Alrighty guys, so we're got all of our stickers trimmed.
Look at this dude. Wait till you see the.
I've been having the itch in my balls.
Bruh.
Tabasco.
Oh shit, you jumped out.
Look at this. Look at this man.
I'm here in my $20,000 Miata I've invested in it, and it still looks like shit.
Oh boy. Well, it's been about a week or so since I got the livery put on. I already took it to a couple meets and got spotted the first time I took this thing out to go to a meet, which is pretty interesting. And I don't know how visible it is, but I did end up running over my bumper. Luckily not too bad. You see, I patched it. This piece was completely off. I put 2 zip ties, one there and one there, to hold it together, and just put a scrap piece of vinyl on it. Same with this little section, not super noticeable, and then this big section, because this part did scratch on the concrete. So she's looking back in tip-top condition once again. Next up on the chopping block though is the rear-wheel drive K-swapped Impreza. I just got done replacing my gas tank and spacing my rear subframe down about 1/2 inch because my drive shaft was rubbing, so it no longer rubs, no longer have a gas leak anymore. And with me replacing the gas tank, that means every single piece of this car in the 8 years that I've owned it has now removed and put back on, whether it was replaced or not. This thing has been torn completely apart, and I think that's pretty wild. Every nut and bolt of this car has been touched. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button down below, and motherfucking